The August 26th meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. The roll, please.
Mr. Alcoff. Here. Chairwoman Boyce.
Here.
Mr. Delahany.
Here.
Ms. Lamar.
Here.
Mr. Mafucci.
Here.
Mr. Michike. Here. Mr. Shepard.
Here.
Mr. Turk.
Here.
Mr. Zale.
Here.
Is there anybody signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Public forum, if there's no one signed up, public forum is now closed. Approval of minutes is the next item on the agenda. You have the July 22nd, 2019 minutes before you. They'll stand approved unless you notify the clerk before the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 19-0207.
Second.
Moved by legislator Zale, second by legislator Elkoffer. Questions on the floor? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Next item.
Referral 19-0208.
Second.
Moved by legislator Elkoffer, second by legislator Turp. Questions on the floor? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Next item.
Referral 19-0209.
Move, Madam Chair. Second.
Moved by legislator Turf, that's all right. Legislator Turp, seconded by legislator Delahanty. Questions on the floor? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Next item on the agenda.
Referral 19-0210.
Move it, Madam Chairwoman.
Moved by legislator Delahanty and seconded by legislator Zale. Questions on the floor? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. Next item.
Referral 19-0211.
Move it, Madam Chairwoman. Second.
Moved by legislator Zale, seconded by legislator Elkoffer. Questions on the floor? Legislator Zale.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Through you to the administration, I'm curious as to the reason of the decrease in funding. It's just over $30,000.
Through the chair, John Clark from the Crime Lab. This state grant does fluctuate in funding from year to year. With the decrease of $30,000, we'll be getting less supplies and less funding for software.
Okay,
Yes.
just a follow-up question
Yes,
through
sure.
you to the administration. What are some of the criterion that would allow for this to fluctuate year to year? Are there certain things that maybe we provide to them or services that we provide that make that fluctuate?
Through the chair, this funding is determined by the New York State budget, and hence the fluctuation from year to year.
So, through you, Madam Chairwoman, to the administration, it's more a fluctuation at the state level than based on what we might be doing in-house. And maybe I can explain it better. If we were doing something 10 times one year and then something 12 times one year and then something 8 times one year, I could see the reimbursement or the amount of money coming in fluctuating based on our performance, for lack of a better word, but what maybe is being suggested is all dependent on what the state is deciding to pass out county to county.
Through the chair, yes, it's not performance-based, but more appropriations-based.
Okay, and I promise, last question. I understand that $30,000 in the grand scheme isn't enormously significant, but when we talk about certain things not being able to be funded, that's obviously stinks for us. So through you, Madam Chairwoman, to the administration, what types of recourse do we have to make up for this? Are we just not going to have the various things that we had in a previous year, or we're going to have to find other ways to make up for that?
Through the chair, we try to look for other funding sources, other grants, maybe federal grants, to see if we can locate additional funding.
Okay. Thank you.
Legislator Turp.
Through the chair, Through the chair, you kind of just answered my question, but are there other grants available or expected that we might be able to make up the decrease?
Through the chair, please.
So through the chair.
Sorry, I apologize.
Again, through the chair.
Thank you.
Through the chair, yes. Each year we do apply for federal grants, one of those being a DNA backlog grant.
Any further questions? Yes, Legislator Shepherd?
To the administration, through the chair. What is that current backlog?
Through the chair, the backlog in the DNA section is approximately 760 cases. The drug section, 3,300 cases, and the firearms section has 2,000 cases.
And through the chair, to the administration, do we anticipate that this grant will help alleviate that backlog?
Through the chair, yes, through training and also salaries of personnel and supplies.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item passes. Next item on the agenda,
Referral 19-0212.
moved by Legislator Elkhofer, second by Legislator Turp. Questions on the floor? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Next item on the agenda,
Referral 19-0219.
Move, Madam Chair. Second.
moved by Legislator Turp, second by Legislator Delahanty. Questions on the floor? Legislator Turp?
Through the chair, about how many deputies patrol this area?
Through the chair, it's various deputies, so
Approximately. Through the chair.
through the chair, this is my list. So I would say at least there's 50 different names on here.
Okay, so approximately 50 through the chair.
Yeah, through the chair, approximately 50,
Thank you.
without counting them.
Legislator Elkhofer, did you have a question?
Through the chair, is this patrol just done in the Erie canals in Monroe County?
Through the chair, that is correct. The towns and villages where the canal, meets.
And through the chair, is this done 7 days a week or just during the high peak of the voting season or what?
Through the chair, it's done throughout the entire year. Patrols are generally in the evening hours, but can be at any time. I'm not sure how they determine when they do. I believe they determine it based on the population of what's going on in there. It's kind of hard during the wintertime, obviously, because there's not as much. But the state requires us to be on the canal anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Further questions? Yes, Ms. Lamar?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through the chair to the administration, what is the typical amount spent on this detail?
Through the chair, what was the amounts?
I'm sorry, overtime. How much in overtime?
How much is
typically
overtime
spent?
compared to fringe?
Yes.
So it's all overtime. The grant only covers the overtime, which is $37,760, and they don't cover the match, and the match is approximately 25% of that.
And through the chair to the administration, is that how much, is that the same amount from last year?
Through the chair, it's a little less than last year, but it was just how the numbers lined up with the number of details and hours and such.
Okay.
I just requested a little less, but I could have asked for more, but I tried to stay within what we're spending it on. We don't want to have too much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Further questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Next item on the agenda,
Referral 19-0220.
Move it, Madam Chairwoman.
moved by Legislator Delahanty, seconded by Legislator Zale. Yes, Legislator Delahanty.
Yeah, through the chair, what is the reason for the decrease in funding from last year?
Through the chair, I requested an increased amount. However, I got less because the state obviously is getting less funding and more agencies are applying, so we all saw a decrease.
Okay. And through the chair, does this program include seatbelt enforcement checks?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Okay. And if so, do you know how many occur approximately a year for the seatbelt checks?
Through the chair, we do roving patrols and actual checkpoint details. I believe they do 1 to 2 a year.
Okay. Thank you.
Further questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes. We have a matter of importance.
Referral 19-0224.
Moved by Legislator Zale, seconded by Legislator Alcoffer. Questions? Mr. Zale.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Through you to the administration, if we could just get a brief history on how this gift came to be.
Through the chair, I believe Sonatrol has been doing this funding for quite a while within their area, and they were trying to hit the East Coast. And so they went to the Matt Haverkamp Foundation and said, hey, we have this grant, we want to do, Rochester, because obviously Sonatrol has an office here. So that is how it all came about.
Okay, and then through you, Madam Chairwoman, to the administration, certainly not questioning the importance of this document and receiving a grant. I'm curious why it's a matter of importance. Maybe there's something that needs to happen more immediately than otherwise.
Through the chair, that's correct. It's the timing of the school,
I'm sorry,
the canine school.
if I understand through the chair to the administration, timing of the school, meaning when this canine needs to be trained and to pay for that training.
Through the chair, that is correct. We try to get the dog a couple of weeks before training actually starts so they can get acclimated to the trainer, and then they start their DCGS certified training.
Thank you.
Further questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Are there any other matters to come before the chair? Yes, Legislator Alcoffer.
On a First Responders Day, it's going to be September 19th at 9 o'clock in the morning at the Gates Town Hall, and I certainly wanted to invite you, members of the county legislature, and staff from the public safety, police, fire, and ambulance. We want to take your time to recognize our first responders. We've just dedicated a new park in the town of Gates. It's called First Responders Park. And this event will be at the town hall, so I want to invite everybody, 9 o'clock in the morning on September 19th.
Thank you, Legislator Alcoffer. Any other business? If not, this committee will stand adjourned until September 23rd, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. Thank you.